Give Auburn a lot of credit. Made a lot of big plays tonight. They did a good job making big plays out there on the field. We did a poor job, to me. We did everything wrong that you need to do when you come on the road to win a game. If you're going to try to win on the road. So we did basically everything you shouldn't do when you come on the road to win.
Question.
About it.
What's most frustrating part about the last 2 games?
I don't think we executed real well. I mean, today, like we didn't execute real well. They made some critical errors and mental errors, but that happens when you're a young team, and they got to learn with the young guys, how to win on the road and the things you need to do to win on the road, and we didn't do them tonight.
7 false starts. What was the problem with the offensive line?
I don't know, you look at this, penalties, everything, right? We have a bunch of freshmen playing, right? What do we have? We had 10 penalties, they had 1. No, I mean, we had a touchdown taken away from us, it looked like, in the game. You know what I mean? So, I mean, everything that you needed to do on the road, we didn't do. Penalties, we had touchdown taken off the board, I guess. I mean, nothing we can do about that. That's somebody else. They took that off the board for us, hurt momentum. You had, the false starts, giving up the big plays on defense. Can't do that. Had a couple drop passes. You can't do that. So, we kind of kept doing all the little things that, you're going to come play a team when you got a really young group of guys that we have. You're on the road in an environment. You got to kind of want things to play out a certain way if you're going to be successful, and they didn't play out that way.
I think you said after the LSU game that you liked the edge and aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Have you seen that the last 2 weeks?
I didn't see it against Georgia. I didn't think we prepared well. I didn't think, I thought we had a little bit more of it tonight. We just did all the, like I said. I mean, I read them all again. We had 10 penalties to their 1. We had drop passes. We gave up a bunch of explosive plays. We even had a touchdown taken off. I don't know what. That's all of it. That's the thing. So the edge, I don't know that was the case tonight. I didn't like it last week, but I thought we had a good week of practice this week. And so what the guys got to learn how to do is when you go win on the road, you got to do all the little things the right way to win on the road. When you're playing a really good football team in a tough environment, you need to do those things right.
How much did the fumble that probably should have been a touchdown, how much did that hurt momentum?
I mean, it killed it, but I can't control that, you know what I mean? We had to play Auburn, right? And we had to play Auburn, we had to play the crowd, and, all the other circumstances out there. So I think that really hurt momentum. Especially, that's one of those things when you're a young team. You know what I mean? You're looking for that. You're looking for that edge, guys are looking for that edge. So I think that hurt a lot.
Do you think the call got to you?
To me?
To the team?
I don't know. I think it just hurt the momentum. I mean, I think what you're looking for is seizing momentum and seizing some edge, and I think that really hurt that when you got young players out there.
How do you explain the big play defense allowed today?
Yeah, I'm going to go look at it. I'm going to go study it. I'm going to say there's a bunch of different things. I'm guessing, from discussions on the sideline, but I got to go see it on film and break it all down. That it's not one, it's not, okay, that's the issue. Each big play is probably going to have 1 or 2 little, on this play this happened, on this play this happened, on this play this happened.
Coach, after the loss to Georgia, a couple guys in the locker room were saying that not that they expected it to happen, but they knew that practice was a little weird.
Yeah.
You said practice was okay with this week?
Yeah, I thought we had a better practice week this week.
How did it compare to the week?
Much better than we practiced against Georgia. They're young guys going through everything for the first time, so you try to keep them focused and all that. They're coming off a big win, tough road game. I don't know they know how to react to some of that, a lot of the different guys out there. Tough loss, I thought they reacted pretty well last week with our practice attitude, and I don't know.
What happened with Martinez front?
It's just an ankle sprain.
Gerald Williams, same thing with him. He didn't finish the game.
I think John was subbing him out just because we're so thin now. I think we're out 4 starters coming into the game. Then you lose your left tackle in the first series when you're already really young. So, you get a bunch of guys down. Injuries are pretty big, but that's, that's opportunities for other people to step up and go make plays.
Trevor John?
What's his status?
He was injured, didn't even make the trip. So that's another guy. His special teams starts on all 4 special teams injured. So that's a big loss.
Do you know when he might return?
Hopefully after the bye week we start getting guys back.
You go back to all those big plays offensively. You said after Georgia that offensively seemed like 9 guys were doing right and 2 guys were doing wrong, and it might be the same way for the defense tonight. How do you fix that with a young team?
It's about the mental focus. You know what I mean? You know, you want guys to play with a great emotion and passion out there on the field, which I don't know who asked it earlier, which I thought we had. You know, after a big win a couple weeks ago, we had that edge and we have that emotion, we have that passion. But they also have to understand that you have to be completely locked in and focused, that you can get too kind of like hyped up, and you know you still gotta have technique and fundamentals.
3 straight ranked opponents and kind of beat up or whatever is the bye week, kind of the perfect time for you guys?
I mean, I guess, I don't know, we'll see. You guys know me with bye weeks, I've been around long enough. I don't know if there's a good time or bad time for it, but I mean, for health reasons, hopefully we have the opportunity to get some guys back, we'll see. You know, I don't know if there's ever a good time or a bad time, but at least health-wise we'll hopefully be able to be a little bit healthier getting into the next game.
How do you play psychologist with this team going into a bye week after the last 2 weeks?
You know, I'm not like an emotion. I'm not like super sensitive. I'm kind of a factual person. So I got to work on that. My psychology skills are one of those. I'm pretty blunt. You know, I mean, hey, we had a bunch of penalties on offense. We gave up a bunch of big plays on defense. Expect the outcome to be any different than what it was, you know what I mean, is be a little bit mentally tougher on offense and like mentally tougher in the right position on defense, and coach, but make sure we're doing a better job coaching to make sure they're ready for those situations, making sure we're you know, as we come back halfway to the point of the season right now, kind of really reflect what we do well, what we do poorly, you know, and making sure we're, as coaches, we're putting people in the right situation. I'll try to be sensitive. You know, my wife will probably give me some tips on that. She's really good, you know.
Does losing twice the way you have change the, I guess, the approach to the bye week?
No. You know, I think, you know, a couple of years ago, as maybe a younger coach, I might think that way. You know, and you know, you possibly get frustrated or one of those deals. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. You know, obviously disappointed. I'm not happy. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to go get frustrated and get out of whack. We're going to go coach our guys really hard. We're going to find a way to get better as a team. You know, and come back and you know, we get back home. Hopefully, we got great. You know, the home field. You know, you look at what the home field advantage has done for the teams the last 2 weeks we've had to play. That's a big home field advantage we've had to go against. So hopefully, you know, 2 weeks from today, we have that home field advantage back at home, and you know, and we play better than we did tonight.
I know the results. I know the reason for the results, of course, and talent plays a big part in that. But just why do you think there was such a sort of like a lack of competitiveness the last 2 weeks, though?
You know, I mean, tonight it's easy to see just the mistakes of letting the game get away. You know, I mean, I looked at one point, I think in the fourth quarter, we basically had the same amount of rushing yards. You know, if you would have told me going in the fourth quarter we had the same rushing yards, we're pretty close. I don't know what it was. I mean, I looked up one time, I don't know, I was looking at the clock and I saw the stats. It was like 150 to 160 in the middle of the fourth quarter. If you would have told me that, I would have said, hey, it's about a 3-point game and we're going to try to find a way to win it at the end. You know, so the big plays really hurt today on the defensive side of the ball, and you know, some missed opportunities on offense hurt. Last week, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we played real well last week. You know, I'm anxious to see the film to see. You know, did we play better this week than we did last week? We just made a couple more mistakes. You know, I mean, that's what I want to see. If that's the case, then we'll take a look and try to get that fixed. You know what I mean? If we played worse, then that'll be disappointing that we didn't get better.
There were several drop passes as well. What do you make of the wide receiver group right now?
But they're coming along, you know. I mean, it hurts. You got 2 starters out with Malik, and you know when you probably your youngest position on the team, and 2 starters are out with Malik and Gabe not even traveling. So young guys are getting opportunities to make some plays, and you know we do got to play better at that position and start making plays. You know, there's opportunities. Guys got to make plays.
With Martinez going down as early as he did, how much did that affect the continuity of the offensive line?
Well, I mean, when you're playing 2 freshman tackles, that doesn't help. You know.
Offside on the first 2 extra point attempts. Did you get a good eye on what happened there?
They came off and said the ball was flinching or something. I don't know. We'll look at it on film. You know, because it was we almost got an offside on the field goal too, and you know I was out of position seeing our coach say, hey, they were kind of flinching the ball a little bit, but they didn't call it. So